It started a few weeks ago, or rather, probably a few years ago. But I just began to notice the cracks and the holes in early September. They dotted the baseboard in my living room and edged along the trim around my doors and closets. And when I touched the wood, it turned to powder under my fingers. "What's this?" I said, innocently. But of course, I knew it wasn't good. How long had I been denying reality? Let's be honest. I knew something was up well before September. But I told myself, I'm not really attached to material things, and I'm not fixated on protecting myself from disaster, like others I know. I tread lightly on this earth, and that is what keeps me safe. I just never imagined I could be invaded like this, from inside, slowly, silently, unstoppably. They came from below and worked their way up, hiding in the dark, following the chemical commands of their goddess queen. She waits in her secret chamber for her workers to bring her the spoils of war. A war on me, a war that I am losing. You would think the odds would be in my favor. Me, so much larger and with my human brain, and a whole arsenal of poisonous liquids and powders and sprays. But their tiny hordes keep advancing. The vertical posts, the horizontal beams, the X and Y axis of my stability yielding to their unquenchable momentum. Yes, I knew there was something rotten in Denmark well before I saw the unmistakable signs. Always under the surface, there was an invisible churning, a cryptic disassembly and decay, making a mockery of me and my view of myself as strong and self-reliant. Finally, I had to give in and call the experts. I've always hated the idea of masculine authority, especially a man in uniform. But now they come one after the other into my home and mansplain the situation, each providing a different angle. When it's all done, I see that it is hopeless. So I try to take the high road and adopt a spiritual view. I am a meditator after all. And does the Buddha have a saying on this about the final demise of the ego? "O house builder, you have been seen. You shall build the house no more. Your rafters have been broken up, and your ridgepole is demolished too." But the Buddha didn't know about plastic siding. It will remain standing long after the wood structure has been chewed into dust. It will be like a plastic shell that I can live inside. Timeless, indestructible, guaranteed to outlast the apocalypse.
Apocalypse. To reveal, to uncover, to disclose. That is the process that is beginning. I, who lived only in darkness, am being brought to the light. Who initiated this process? Who can tell? But I accept it. I'm a willing participant in my fate, now, as always. And so I want you to see me. See me. Look at me. Repulsive, disgusting, pale and slimy and fat. Oh, so fat. I can barely fit in the tight chamber that is my home. Only my head can move. Helpless, pathetic, no control.
How can you understand the energies that I generate? I am in total control.
Birthing a thriving colony, I am honored and obeyed, loved and loving in return. Our secretions bind us, transmitting a sworn intelligence, so each one of us knows their place. Oh yes, we eat each other's shit. And we transform. I contain creative genius, potentiality, and release it to manifest this magnificent architecture made of excrement and saliva, housing us like skin on an organism. Alive as we are, none of us is separate. We are one, manifesting as a multitude all through my stupendous fertility. The order that I create is beyond time and space.
Today there is silence in a large tent covering the house, while inside the mystery of death is unfolding. Yes, I called in the big guns. A small advance in the war, the ongoing war between humans and insects. The process is cold and impersonal, a bit like carpet bombing from a distance. But some personal living experiences are still there in my memory. Kneeling by the ravaged baseboard, I killed fleeing worker termites by the dozen. A few days later, I was equally unmoved by a female who had just shed her wings and was poised, motionless on the windowsill, ready for mating. A queen in the making. She too fell victim to my zeal for extermination. I know I have not had the last word. I've simply bought a little time, maybe a few years. The termites will be back, and they will continue their ominous upward path. How can human ingenuity triumph against a species that is so much more ancient than ours and so much better suited to survival? And can warfare be our only means of relating? The real question is, how will I react when it happens again? Have I learned anything? And will I finally understand